Jazakallah khaira, sir.
Yes.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa halul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. All praise be to Allah. Thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me this opportunity. Let me go into the session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Am I sharing? Can you see the slides, sir?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah, teachers, after a long time we are meeting. Again, I am submitting my gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Omiyat for this opportunity. Right. So now we are moving on to the topic, adaptability, a required skill for teachers. Alhamdulillah, many significant qualities, teacher qualities are needed for you to become a teacher and to sustain and thrive in the field of teaching. With the intervention of Omiyat, you are all attending many number of classes.
Voice is not there, ma'am. Voice not coming. Ma'am, your voice not audible. Listening?
Sir, it is not audible.
You can cut and rejoin. Any problem?
No. Hello?
Yes. No, voice is audible.
Okay. It's okay now, sir?
Yes, okay. No, okay.
Okay.
Screen not visible,
Okay,
but
fine.
voice
fine.
is there.
Okay, I'll share. Okay, is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, fine. So teachers, adaptability is your capacity or your ability to control and regulate your psycho-behavioral functions in response to new, changing and uncertain circumstances and situations. Because we all know that the present scenario is that often we are bombarded with new situations, new challenges, new struggles, new changes, and how as teachers you are going to adapt yourselves very gracefully, very gradually, but very fast to these changing situations, and how you are going to at the same time change, at the same time you are going to maintain your temperament and you maintain your cool in these situations. So that is the thing we are going to see here. For example, I'll give you a very small example, because you are traveling by a bus or a train and three of you are sitting in a bench. Okay, three of you are sitting in a seat. So if a fourth person comes and asks you for a place, you have to, in that situation, you have to accommodate the fourth person along with you, and he or she has to be given a seat. What will you do? You will adjust. What term we will use? Ma'am, can you adjust? Adaptability become, if it is habitual, if you are able to accommodate the fourth person, definitely that's going to disturb your comfort zone. You have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to sacrifice many things to adjust that new change, that new behavior, that new person, that new place, change in the place, right? So in that bench. So this is adaptability. This is adjustability. Adjustability is a permanent name. Adaptability is that adjustability. It is coming to you as a habit. That is adaptation. Adaptability. This adaptability is very, very important. For example, in the viewpoint of a school structure, I'll give you an example. For example, afternoon, first hour, in your timetable, afternoon first hour, you don't have any class, and you are following this timetable for a particular period of time, and you feel very safe because after lunch hour you can take some rest, or you can do some other activities except teaching during the first hour. For example, if there is a reshuffling in your timetable and you are given a class after lunchtime, the first hour after lunch break, how are you going to handle that new change? Are you going to accept it, or are you going to be reluctantly accepting it, or are you going to do any argument against it? So that is the point. Even if you're accepting it, this change, you have to go for this change cognitively, in your behavior, also in your emotion. I'll explain. So as the school is asking you to take that class, you are accepting it, but how we are accepting, how we are going for that change? First thing is your thinking structure. You have to restructure your thinking capacity. For example, okay,
Okay.
any interruption, sir?
No. Continue.
Okay. ஓகே. ஸோ இன் யோர் திங்கிங் ப்ராசஸ், உங்க சிந்தனைகள்ல அந்த சேஞ்சுக்கான மாற்றம் எப்படி வருது? சாதாரணமா நீங்க அந்த அவர் எடுக்கிறது மட்டும் இல்லாம, இன் யோர் தாட் ப்ராசஸ் யூ ஹேவ் டு திங்க் டு யோர் செல்ஃப், ஐ கேன் அடாப்ட் டு திஸ் சேஞ்ச், ஐ கேன் ஹேண்டில் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அவர், வை கான்ட் ஐ, இஃப் அதர் டீச்சர்ஸ் ஆர் டூயிங், ஹவு கேன் ஐ, வை கான்ட் ஐ am going to be taking this as an opportunity for my personal growth and for my professional growth, right? I can't say no. I would not say no. So that is the restructuring in your thinking process. Another one, in your behavior, in your actual behavior of going to that classroom without any delay, without any complaining attitude. So how you're actually showing that change, that adaptation in your behavior, that is very important. And also in your emotions. You should not become frustrated. You should not have anger. You should not blame anyone. And you should never regret for this change. So that is the emotional restructuring. So please, teachers, if we are going to adapt, if you are going to become an adaptable teacher, you have to be very careful in your thinking, your behavior, and your emotions. இந்த வகையில நீங்க அடாப்டேஷன், மாறுதல், அந்த சேஞ்சுக்கு நீங்க உட்படுத்தப்பட்டீங்கன்னா definitely that is going to help you in your professional life. Okay, fine. So coming to this another this adaptability, adapting to the changing circumstances, is a skill. It's not inborn, it's not innate. You have to train yourself through practice, and your training through your experience and expertise as an educator, and your personal experience, and this proficiency you can gain. Okay. So the Harvard Business School says that among all the leadership qualities, as a teacher, definitely you are all leaders, right? You are leaders in the classroom. You are going to be having all the leadership qualities. And you might have heard about all the leadership qualities like communication skills, teamwork, problem solving, critical thinking, and all these. Among all these leadership qualities, adaptability stands first. So this is general to all the workplace, and especially if it's coming for the teaching profession, because teachers, this is the very important profession. Teachers, you are bombarded with challenges and really struggling situations. Daily, you are facing all these things. So for teachers, this adaptability is very important. This Harvard Business School says that 71% of global executives say adaptability is the most important leadership qualities. Can we cultivate this, teachers? Because it's very, very important for us. Okay, so just to know about this, just to give you an idea how why adaptability is very, very important, is even nature. Naturally, as human beings and all plants and animals, we have that innate power to adapt ourselves. But how beautifully we are adapting ourselves to that change is very important. Come on. The adaptation quality, the importance of adaptability in today's world is adaptability leads to resilience. You might have heard about this word, resilience. What is resilience? So if we are facing any change, if we are facing any adversity, any hard time in our life, how much we are able to bounce back to normalcy. For example, we are having a fracture. We have met with a fracture in our leg. How much days we are taking to come back to normalcy? It's not physically. I'm not speaking about the physical things. Emotionally, how much ready you are, how much readiness you are having to bounce back to normalcy. That is very important. For example, you are convening a parents-teachers meeting. Right. So you are speaking with your parents, one-to-one correspondence with your parents, right? And one parent, unexpectedly, she or he comes up with lots and lots of complaints, and the conversation between you and the parent is so vulgar, it's so bad that you did not expect such a situation, such a behavior from the parent, lots of allegations that you can't handle it. So this definitely it's going to hamper your emotional stability and your mental peace. Right. How are you going to tackle is one point. How are you going to forget it? How are you going to learn from it? How are you going to leave it and come back to normalcy? Not brooding over it again and again. So this is also adaptability. So this adaptability leads to resilience. So you have to come to a point that this is also a part of my teaching profession. This is also I have to handle. This is also a situation which may come up in other days also. How am I going to learn from this? So this is resilience. How we are coming back to normalcy. How fast you are coming back to normalcy. And then one, adaptability fosters innovation. Next point is innovation. You have to innovate. As teachers, you have this innate ability, but still, how if one situation is given to you by your management? So far you are given one responsibility. You are being given an additional responsibility. For that responsibility, how you are going to manage your time to make yourself normal? How are you going to innovate certain practices? How are you going to remodel your thinking and all these things? So that is innovation. This innovation is a very key skill, and this is going to come to you through adaptability. And one more thing, adaptability improves relationship also. Only if you are an adaptable teacher, you can go hand in hands with your peers, with your students, with your management, with your elders, with your leaders. Okay. And this is definitely helpful for your personal growth and your professional growth. So adaptability mainly is flexibility. So though there are some differences between adaptability and flexibility, one thing we can have in mind, we have to be flexible. We should be able to adjust and sway. இப்படி அப்படி கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் சூழ்நிலைகளுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி நம்ம வளைஞ்சு நெளிஞ்சு போக நம்மளுக்கு தெரியணும். இட்ஸ் நாட் சப்மிஷன், இட்ஸ் நாட் லீவிங் அவர் பிரின்சிபிள்ஸ், இட்ஸ் நாட் பீயிங் அசர்ட்டிவ். அசர்ட்டிவாவும் இருக்கணும், எல்லாத்துக்கும் அடங்கி போகணும்னு சொல்லல. சூழ்நிலைகளுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி நம்மளுடைய கொள்கைகளை விட்டுறாம லைட்டா கொஞ்சம் மாடிஃபை பண்ணி போறது டீச்சர்ஸ்க்கு ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். நம்ம இந்த ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள்ல பார்க்க போனோம்னா நம்மளுக்கு எல்லாம் தெரியும், இந்த ஓக் ட்ரீ எவ்வளோ காத்தடிச்சா கூட அந்த காத்துல அசையாம நம்ம தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவோம்ல, எவ்வளவு காத்தடிச்சாலும் இந்த பக்கம் அசையும் அந்த பக்கம் அசையும், காற்றினுடைய வேகத்துக்கும் காற்றினுடைய திசைக்கும் ஏற்ற மாதிரி கடைசியில மழை முடிஞ்சோன்னா காத்து முடிஞ்சோன்னா அதால நிக்க முடியும். So in the teaching profession, if you want to survive, if you want to thrive for a long time in this profession, this is a very important skill, adaptability, because research says that the first 5 years of career, if 50% of workforce are quitting their job, that profession is teaching profession. Right? Alhamdulillah, we have to be retained in this profession. For that only we are being given all these types of motivation and all these types of inputs, inshallah, to make us flexible. We have to be adaptable. Okay. Why adaptability is important for teachers? So from the teacher's point of view, let us give some idea. One is you have to cope with unexpected situations in your classroom. For example, you're planning for a classroom and to the classroom, and you have a lesson plan for 45 minutes. In the classroom, you come across with a very unexpected situation. A cockroach peeps in, a cockroach is flying, or something, a sparrow has entered inside the classroom, and there was a commotion in the classroom. But that is very natural. Or a particular student is vomiting, so something happens, right? Unexpected thing happens. How are you going to manage? How are you going to adapt? The time management skill, adapting to the situation, adapting to the new thing, right? Are you going to regret for that? Are you going to complain for that? How are you going to adapt to the situation? So this is the reason why adaptability is needed. Next, to respond to the changing needs of students, definitely teachers during this particular right, particular time, right, many lots of changes in the students, and we all know how mobile, we have spoken about this earlier, this technology and this moral values, everything's lack of spirituality, everything is flourishing in the student community, right? Because I was visiting a school, and they were having a group of students in each and every class who are slow learners, are dyslexic, who could not be differentiated by the teachers, whether they are slow learners, learning disability is there, or whether they are dyslexic, right? So that particular lot, really, I was wondering how teachers are having the capacity to deal with those students, and how they will be able to cope up with them when they are coming to their 10th standard, how they are dealing with them. Really a tough and challenging need for the student, for the, especially for the teachers. Next, to meet diverse range of learners. So in a classroom, we have seen classroom is inclusive, and we have a diverse range of students. How are you going to cope with the individual needs of the students, and to adjust your teaching space, teaching pace in that particular space? How are you going to adjust? And to search different resources as teachers, only if you are adaptable, only if you are meeting a change, encountering your change, you will go for lots of resources. Usually you teachers, you go only, you particularly rely on your textbook. But out of that textbook, if you are definitely, if you are given a challenging opportunity, a challenging change, you will go and search for other resources. What are the other resources? What are the seminars I'm going to attend? What are the research papers? What are the people whom I can contact to get information about this? So please, only if you have the skill, you can be a resource searcher. Okay. To coexist with colleagues, parents, students, and adapt, and management also, adaptability, because you will be assigned a responsibility for the culturals, or for the annual day function, or the sports day, right? You have to coexist, you have to collaborate with a particular teacher, but definitely that temperament between that teacher and you will be really incompatible. How are you going to manage with her for the coming 1 month or 15 days to get a good name from the management, right? So for that also, you should have a an adaptability skill, right? To tackle change in job role. For example, in one particular school, I was seeing a person, a teacher, who was given the front desk, who was asked to work in the front desk, but she was working as a teacher for a particular time. And even last week, I met a teacher in a school. He was working as a history teacher, and now she has been deputed the job of a physical education instructor. So how she is managing all these things? I was speaking to her. So anyway, gradually she has taken the change in the role and job role and responsibilities. So this is adaptation, and to encounter revised curriculum standard. So this is very important. So you might be fixed, you might be having a fixed mindset and fixed teaching practice with a particular curriculum. For example, the government is reframing the curriculum, and some 5 years back, when the 11th standard curriculum, +1 +2 curriculum was reframed, how much teachers, how much they struggle to accept that, and to incorporate their teaching practices accordingly. Though they have been given many in-service training and all those things, there was a struggle, but they beautifully adapted. Even this, we can see about this corona time during COVID-19, how much we teachers, youth teachers, struggle with this form of virtual interaction with your students, this online classes, how much you struggle, but didn't you gracefully accept it, and somehow overlooking all the disadvantages, We were successful because we were compelled to be successful. That's the thing. So how gracefully you accepted this change, right? That is one thing. And to acclimatize with new school dynamics. For example, teachers, you are working with a particular school and you are moving to another school. So that school dynamics, that school protocols, everything will be completely different. How we are going to accommodate into that new dynamics. That's one thing. To accept modifications in timetable, as I told you earlier. So periodically, timetable will be modified. How we are going to gracefully accept that change. To upskill yourself. This is very important. Please, teachers, only if you upskill, you can be an adaptable teacher. Because if you are getting these types of training and all those things and upskilling, you can know the experiences and inputs from various sources, and you can modify yourself. And to integrate your knowledge in teaching, this is very important, what I want to tell you, because you have been given weekly, you have been given very beautifully. Wherever I go to all the schools, as you know, I introduce OMIAT sessions. I insist them to attend all these sessions, because never ever I have found in any institution or in any association such type of valuable guidance is being given for teachers. Alhamdulillah, Allah should accept these endeavors by OMIAT. And please, what you have to do is, it's not simply attending these type of sessions, but wherever you get some inputs about teaching and methodologies and all those things, you have to integrate it in your classrooms. You have to relate it. You have to adjust it according to your capacities, and you have to think over it, and you have to take whether you are able to accomplish it in the classrooms, or either you have to do any modification. That is up to your innovation. So please integrate your knowledge in teaching, right? And you have to be, very importantly, you have to attune with technology advancement. So usually we are following the chalk and talk method. If a particular class, a smart board or something is introduced, how beautifully, how fast you are able to accommodate to that change. Teachers, you have to accommodate, and this is very important for you to change your career, to be successful in career. And very importantly, when it comes to teachers' point of view, we all know that classroom is inclusive. We have achievers in a classroom. We have exceptional children. Exceptional children in the sense, it not only children with special needs are exceptional. Teach students with high IQ. So you have to teach them also in the classroom. Very high IQ. When you are solving 2 or 3 problems, those students will be able to solve 7 or 8 problems. So how are you going to mangle those exceptional children? At the same time, this extreme level exceptional children with special needs, those IQ level are very bad, and you are having children from different backgrounds. Auditory learning styles will be different. Some will be auditory, some will be visual learners, and students with learning disabilities, and children with behavioral issues. So you have all these types of children. How are you going to adapt to their various needs, right? So one thing, you have to adapt your teaching practices. At the same time, you have to adapt your teaching materials, your inputs, your time, everything. As a teacher, how are you going to manage, adapt? How are you going to change to the demanding needs? For example, this figure, I'll explain with this picture, though it tells something about equality and equity. I have used it to explain to you. For example, in a classroom, you can see the blue shirt boy, red shirt boy, and purple shirt boy. This is your classroom. Your learning objective is the same for all those things. The learning objective should be reached by each and every student. Here, this objective of the picture is all the 3 boys should enjoy the cricket match. They should watch the cricket match and enjoy the cricket match. So what the teacher has done, here you have to put yourself, right? So a similitude. So what the teacher has done, he or she has given equal opportunities, same teaching methodology for all the students. So the blue shirt is enjoying, and the red shirt is also enjoying. But you see, the purple colored boy, he is also in the classroom. You have also given the same dimensions tool to all the 3. Same teaching practice, but is the small boy, is the purple color boy, he's the boy with the special need, is reaching the learning outcome or the learning objective which you have designed? No, but definitely no. Because though you are having equality, but the outcome has not reached. The outcome is not there in the small boy, in the purple color boy. So that is inclusion. So that is the thing, how you have to think about inclusion and whether inclusivity is able to be fulfilled by you. Right. So coming to the next picture, what you have done, some adjustment in the learning material. That's it. Some adjustment you have done in the stool so that all the three can reach the learning objective. So come on. So you have taken out the stool from the first one, from the blue color boy, and you have added it to the next boy. Then how you are going to manage the resources? That is very important. How we are going to manage the resource so that all the people we saw in the last slide have come up, have been given the due resources, the due time, the due teaching strategies. This is very important for a teacher. So please try to adapt and accommodate all the differences in your classroom. Okay, fine. So this is time. Okay. For example, teachers, you are adapting, but sometimes you are not. So what happens if teachers, you are not adaptable, you are not able to accommodate yourself to the changes in the timetable, in the curriculum, in the protocols of the schools, in your relationship, and in your interpersonal relationship, or all those things? What happens? It brings in frustration. When there is frustration, definitely there will not be any job satisfaction. So dissatisfied professional life. So we may think otherwise. So what have I gained in this job? I can't handle the situation. I can't handle the changes. What should I do? This is really demanding. It's really pressing for me. It's even spoiling my personal life. So these all kind of this negative thoughts are going to flourish. So this brings in dissatisfied professional life and even personal life. An impact will also be there in your personal life, and stress and burnout, low job commitment. If you are not able to accept those changes, definitely you will not be able to put all your effort and commitment and diligence in your work. So your work will suffer. Indirectly, the students are going to suffer. The institution is going to suffer. And there will be a chance to quit your job. And disengagement by teachers. Okay, how can I improve myself? First thing, how can I improve? So teachers, you have to develop. The first thing is, please develop a growth mindset. Growth mindset, you maybe you using it, you might have learned about it. Growth mindset is nothing but I can adapt. Speak to yourself, increase lots and lots of positive self-talk. Why not I? If the other one is doing, I can also do it. Let me do this. I can handle. Let me be proactive. Let me start to myself. Let me start talking to myself. So please do lots and lots of self-talk, self-evaluate yourself, and you can motivate yourself, reward yourself in that way. Please have a growth mindset and have an idea that you can also improve. You can also submit to that change. So one thing is, please have a growth mindset. Second one, be a reflective teacher. What is reflection? Be a thinking teacher. That's it. It's not going into the classroom and monotonously working. That's not a reflective teacher. From each and every experience you encounter in your teaching or whatever it is, please try to take lessons and then adapt yourself and then put it again into practice and see how it works. That is reflective teacher. Be a reflective teacher, and please be ready to celebrate diversity. So inside the classroom, you have diversity. We have seen in the last slide, inside your classroom, you have diversity with the parents, with the students, with the management, with your co-workers. There is diversity. So you can share your experience with them. You can get their experience from them, and you can have your own pace and this teaching. Okay, collaborate with all those things. With this slide, I'll wind up. Please collaborate with all your teachers and your students. And one more thing, be a continuous knowledge seeker for you to be an adaptable teacher. Come on. So this is one way of knowledge seeking, and continuous knowledge seekers only in this profession, only in this teaching profession. Always we can feel young and energetic because we are continuously updating our knowledge, and we are with the student community. Be flexible, as I told you about the oak tree and the willow. Right, be flexible. So resilience, we have seen this earlier, resilience, and update your knowledge and technology. Okay, fine. And I think that we can wind up with this as the other things we can see later. Jazakallah khaira for your patient listening. Inshallah, we'll meet in the next class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah,
Sir?
ma'am.
Okay.
Jazakallah. Very important points you have given for us. Lastly, you have told how can we improve ourselves. So all the teachers who are here, as you have told, Omate is the only platform which is consistently giving quality programs. And through
Definitely.
quality teachers like you, ma'am. That's why the audience are there also, because they are learning something from each sessions, and hope they will be implementing them in their classes. So your points
Definitely.
that be a reflective teacher is a very important one. Be ready to celebrate diversity. So always diversity is there in the class, in the atmosphere, in our neighborhood, in our own self also diversity is there. So we have to adapt to all these things, collaborate and be a continuous knowledge seeker. That is also important one. We have to improve ourselves. Why we should be rising early morning 6:30 and sitting and listening when we can sleep and enjoy, because we have to be the knowledge seeker. So important point you have shared, and the enthusiasm and the energy with which you are giving the program early morning 7 o'clock. That also is an example for the teachers. So be flexible. You told how resilience you are. We have to see ourselves updating our knowledge on technology is also very important. So all these things are very important. What you have shared is surely it will improve the teaching of the teachers. The program ends, and the information is that coming generation of OME, 50 years we have completed serving the teachers. On 31st of this month, January, at New College Auditorium, we are having a very big program. Deputy Chief Minister is coming. From 5:30, the program will start registration and all the. So first day evening 5:30, the program starts. All are welcome. And the next day Saturday, it will start from 10 to 6. And valedictory functions will be there. Many competitions we have held. For schools, we have held many competitions in craft, math, quiz, the oratorical essay, many competitions. Similarly, for colleges also, we have conducted competitions. Best teacher award we are going to give. From all the schools, we have selected some teachers for giving the best teacher award. And we have also paper presentation on innovative education. That also award is also there. So those who can come, they can come. For our outsiders, we will give accommodation and food arrangement and all for these days. So all are welcome to that program. And due to this program, this coming Saturday and Sunday also, there won't be a program, but there will be a live telecast of on the YouTube of these programs. So Saturday, right from Friday evening, you can see on our website the link to see the live program. And throughout Saturday, Patti Mantram is there, Mushaira is also there for Urdu knowing people. Mushaira is there on Friday itself. So many important things. So coming Saturday and Sunday, there won't be this morning 6:30 to 7:30 program. For 2 days, there won't be a program. But on Friday and Saturday, there will be live telecast on the YouTube. So you have to benefit from it. So with this, and we are going to invite all the speakers also. So ma'am is here. We are inviting ma'am also, and we will be sending invitation separately to her also. And similarly, for all the speakers who have contributed a lot to us, they will be invited for this program, and they are welcome for this program. So thank you very much. Jazakallah. Subhanallah bihamdi. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. This is the program.
Jazakallah. Jazakallah.